Hold on. Oh, tripping. Um, yes, how about that? What up? What up? What up? What's going on with your brother? I'm trying to do something. Did I do it right? Okay, I think that works now. Iceberg, my man, what's going on, brother? Looking at this Hulk Hogan stuff. You better. It's cats that's it's cats that's arguing in this wrestling chat. I'm doing hella wrestling shit. I'm watching the wrestling live right now. Bobby Monsoon, shout out to him. And then I'm looking at this wrestling debate in this chat. They talking about Hulk Hogan. Freedom, bro. You would compare. Hold on, let me pause this. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear me? Or is this background too noisy? Hold on. Let me pause it. Yeah, I'm looking at Bobby Monsoon. If y'all like wrestling, subscribe to him. Bobby Monsoon. He did his first live, so I'm checking that out. This cats is getting into it. Let me see. I made a weird joke. Bro, you gotta compare, man. See, I don't even really like having this Hogan talk. I would argue all I want to stop instead of just cool. Well, I paused the thing. Well, hold on. Let me play it and see if y'all can hear me. Cause if I could watch the live and talk to y'all, I'll do that. Look what he said for the business, no doubt, bro. Freedom of speech. These niggas getting into it in this chat. I think Chris Carter. That's a man. So let me ask y'all, what y'all think about what y'all think about Hulk Hogan pass? So let me get what y'all say first. Damn, it's hella stuff in this group chat. They going in. It's cool for you. I'm not trying to justify. See, this is why I don't be doing it, cause this is why I'm not a good debater, y'all. Cause the shit that I'm into or think, pretty much for me, the shit that I'm into and the shit that I think is pretty much not up for debate. So I even keep my opinion to myself, cause I don't know. Like you cannot. I'm not the type of person where if I feel a certain way about something, you can't really come in and give me a different perspective and then my mind is changed. I'm not saying that's good or bad. That's just the type of person that I am. The only time my mind will change is if I'm seeking for like your advice or your opinion because I'm kind of unsure. Press one if you get what I'm saying. I may be a little in the shore, unsure of what I'm thinking, so I'll be like, boom. So I'll run it by, and then I can be swayed that way. But shit that I'm definitive on, like it doesn't matter if you want to debate me or you bring a professor around. Like I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. It's good to see DC Comics. What's going on, brother? Iceberg, glad to see you. Prince Diamond, what's going on? Joe Blast, respect to you. Trav, yeah, man. Bobby Masoon, any relationship? No, it's a black guy, bro. It's a black guy. He funny. He a black guy with dreads. Bobby Monsoon. So he's just a wrestling content creator. So I've said this before. Like I do like wrestling. Everybody knows I like wrestling, but what people don't know is I watch hella wrestling content outside of. I don't just I don't just watch Raw, SmackDown, and the pay per views, and that's it. Like I watch way more wrestling documentaries, wrestling commentary than I do actual wrestling. So this is just one of the channels that I watch. I got shit WrestleMania. One of my favorites is the Great One. I like the Great One because he's a white guy and he's like witty and I'm kind of witty, and he has a sarcastic, and he's from somewhere, Denmark or some fucking where, but that's like one of my favorite channels. So I got a lot. I got a whole roster. Ric Flair, what's going on, Cynical One? They say Hulk says some racist things. Yep, I never was a Hulk Hogan fan growing up, but I respect his contribution to the growth of WWF, WWE. I didn't like the racist stuff, but he was born in the '50s, so he was a man of his time, for sure. I'll let y'all know what I think in a minute. If y'all drop me a super chat, I'll let y'all know what I think. Because once I say what I say, Vince outlived Hogan. That's crazy. Yeah, that's how I was thinking. Like, damn, 71 is old, but like I just posted on Instagram with him and his wife. Like he wasn't like a scene. You know, like right now, you know how it's like wrestling cats who we grew up on. Like just I can't think of nobody. Demolition, whoever the fuck, and they just look old as fuck, or just like I think I seen Kylie, and he was looking crazy. Great Khali, he was looking crazy, and he ain't even that old. So, as you see in the video with him and his wife eating the popcorn, like he was chilling, was alert. So it wasn't like he was just hella fucked up, and then now he just died. You know what I mean? Like he was just chilling. Shout out to Aunt T. Salute, respect. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I would just tell my partner, I just sent my partner your stream, and I was like, yeah, this is a good Hulk Hogan stream. You should listen to it. So I sent him the stream like right after you finish. They always have the same motherfuckers in death. This man wrestle. He didn't wear this hair his body. Yeah, like Lex Luger, like that. Like they look all fucked up. Like he was chilling, bro. He was chilling. Let me see. Let me see what y'all. So I'm gonna tell y'all. I'll tell y'all what I say after the super chat because it may start a debate, and I really ain't in the mood. That's not my vibe. I'm not really a debater, but I just feel how I feel. I'm not one of these cats. I'll say this: I grew up around white people for real, for real. When I was in elementary, there might have been 3 black people in the school. So I'm saying that to say that I done been around some for real racists and shit that'll like hang you and shit like that, bro. And I don't think Nelly Nell, what's going on, bro? I don't think Hulk Hogan was that type of racist, bro. Because he said nigga. I mean, shit, bro. People say all types of shit behind closed doors, and the shit is like, have you been in it? Have you been in the urban community? Like, I mean, I'm not defending anybody, but everybody says nigga, bro. You gotta like, you gotta like get into a conversation with somebody and call somebody a nigga. When you talking your shit, like just cause he white, like Roman Reigns said nigga. Y'all not saying he no racist. He not black, but I will say this. Cause like I said, I'm standing on it. That's the type of shit we say. I be calling white people crackers and shit. This nigga, this white ass nigga. Like I say shit like that. Somebody moving next door. Who moved? Some happy ass nigga. Like that's regular talk. Thinking out loud type shit. It ain't. He ain't like go off on no Karen. The nigga got recorded and shit. Secretly recorded. But I will say this. This is what I'll say. Without if you smart, you can get what I'm saying. Cause like I said, I'm not a debater and I don't want to hear about. I'm glad I ain't got that type of audience because it's different. These are y'all people I know, but I was gonna make some Instagram Instagram content on it. A reel. It may be a YouTube video for the wrestling channel, but I was like, man, I don't even want to smoke because I'm not passionate about going back and forth. But I'll say this: do I think Hogan was a racist? No. Did I hear the recording? Yes. What was the context regarding? So this is the first thing, bro. And I told Black Book this shit this morning. When you are rich and famous, bro, and you have kids, you look at that shit differently because you know niggas is trying to marry into your legacy, bro. So it's kind of like a protective thing, bro. It ain't just like it's a regular cat. If you are a girl and you're dating a guy and your dad is fucking Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair or some shit, bro. That's like 50% of it. You know that going in. So that person knows if he can get in with the daughter good enough, he can marry into the family. That's like the game. That's just how the game is. So, the nigga was basically saying like shit, bro, I'm Hulk Hogan, So if you gonna fuck with a cat who got some money on his own, not getting my money. Because if he fuck with her and some shit go bad, the money he get is his money. Like, that's legacy money. And hold on. Let me read these comments because I'm cooking. Because I got something else to say. Pro wrestling. I'm gonna do another one with better production. I had to do a live freestyle. Pro wrestling and sport entertainment has always inspired me. For sure, when it comes to branding, entertainment, charisma. Yeah, now that you said it, I can hella tell, bro. Now, but I didn't know you was no wrestling fan at first. But the wrestling channel was Expert Level Wrestling, bro. So subscribe to it, check out the videos, and then follow me on Instagram. And then we can just do it. We could do a stream on Hulk Hogan, bro. His daughter was dating a black man, and he should have. They said he should have been a rich nigga. Yeah, been doing your thing, bro. If he was that wrestling as a white man sport. George Foreman defended Hulk Hogan, saying he wasn't raised on tonight, no doubt. Okay, so this is the thing. So nobody wants to be the first when it comes to allegations, when it comes to anything, right? Me too, all of that. But I will say this: once this wasn't he say she say. This wasn't somebody coming out saying they had this experience with Hulk Hogan. Let's think about it. This was an audio recording, which means it's just expert level wrestling, bro. It just that should have come up, expert level wrestling. Um, so this is the point I want to make. Um, Once that video came out of the audio, and to me this is just common sense, but I don't like I say I don't like to debate with cats, but for me it's obvious, nigga. Don't you know Hulk Hogan been famous for what? 40 years, 30 years. So what that mean? That mean you got 30 or 40 years of relationships with people. Press one if y'all follow me. Press one if y'all follow me. I'm gonna walk y'all through to the gates. Just on some common sense shit that because people are so fucking stupid and people are so fucking drifters and they only have their own fucking opinion and they only go with the masses because they want to seem like they're a part of something because they have nothing to be a part of. I'm cooking. Press one if you following me. This is common sense, bro. Common fucking sense. Like this one little thing just kills the whole argument. But I don't want to debate niggas because niggas going because your rebuttal to what I'm about to say, it don't matter. To me, this is a case closed. You can't rebuttal. You can't be like, well, what about this? What about in the match when he looked at this person? Or how come he never put Ron Simmons when he didn't bring him to the fuck all of that bullshit, bro. Fuck all of that, bro. Let's get to the simple math of this shit. When the story broke about Hulk Hogan and they played the audio, once that happened, don't you know how many people would have came out with their own stories for Clout? Where are these stories at, bro? Every wrestler who hated Hulk Hogan's guts, every wrestler who he buried, would have fucking came out and been like dot 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 dot. Press a fire sign. Am I kicking facts or not? Where? Not even for money, just for the clout. Y'all know how this clout shit works. Where are the stories at? Where are the stories of the niggas in the 80s? Where are the stories of the niggas in the 90s? Where are the stories of WCW niggas? Where are the stories in the TNA? Where are those stories? Where are the stories? So out of 40 years of a cat being famous, the best shit you can get is a setup fucking I mean, obviously she set the nigga up. See, that's another part, bro. Y'all don't be seeing how shit goes. Just like a couple days ago. Press one. If y'all seen the one cat who was sitting in the car and the police busted the windows and shit, fired on him and shit like that. And then we looked at that shit like, damn, that's fucked up. Press one if you seen that one. That's fucked up. Then 2 days later, they played the fast forward the 5 minutes before when this nigga was in the car talking hella shit, talking about I'm gonna get the supervisor, do all of this, hella. He was hella sassy with the shit. They was telling him like, yeah, we gonna break your shit. So they cut that part out. So I'm saying all that to say, nigga, they clipped that part. What you think they said before all of that? Don't if she was recording shit, don't she know that she wanted him to say some shit? So what you think that see, but y'all don't think this far. So she geared the conversation towards that for him to say that. Why would you so you mean to tell me y'all just taping when you with your bitch, you just be taping the bitch for no reason talking? Or when you with your bitch, she just be taping y'all conversation just in case? No, that's not what happens. What happens is when you want to do some shit, you gonna make somebody say some shit. And that's why you record it. Am I cooking? Press 100. Do y'all not see what I'm saying? Where are the stories? Where are the TNA stories? When he was over there running shit. Where are the WCW stories? Where are the WWF stories? I mean, it ain't even got to be overwhelming. I'm not saying like it got to be 50 wrestlers, but out of all that shit, and especially how Hulk Hogan monopolized the business. So you mean to tell me y'all can't get 10? It ain't 10 wrestlers he rubbed around. That's what I'm saying, bro. So it's common fucking sense, bro. Hulk Hogan act black. Y'all can't tell. Y'all can't see his black swagger. He act like a nigga, bro. What is y'all talking about? Especially when he first came out. Go look at Rocky 3 when he came in there. This is before, and this is basically what I'm saying is it's the real him because it's before Hulkamania and how he got super famous and shit. Go back and watch Rocky 3. And when he was Thunder Lips, that nigga, he had all the black sauce, bro. Him and Mr. T was kicking it for real. Like, come on now, bro. Like, y'all stupid, but whatever. But like I said, I ain't about to be arguing with cats and y'all gonna tell me, what about this? And what if he called your mama that? Man, fuck all of that shit, bro. It ain't like they caught him in Nordstrom's and shit roasting some black fuck. You feel what I'm saying? It'd be different if like he was in Nordstrom's buying some shit or in the Gucci store and the lady at the was working there was black and he roasted the fuck out of her, call her a black nigga bitch. That is some racist shit. You see the difference? You see the difference? That is some shit where you can't, nigga, you tape recording a nigga talking to his bitch about his daughter fucking with a black dude and he ain't liking it, and you secretly recording it. Yeah, that's ill. That's an ill moment, bro. That's just like if I'm married and my side bitch get pregnant and she record the conversation, I might be saying all types of ill shit. I'm gonna do this to you and that. I might not do none of it, but like shit. And in the moment, and she recording it, ain't no telling. Purge, come on now, Purge. You think I don't know that? You over here, nigga. I found out you like wrestling. I love wrestling, nigga. I know that. He can, yeah. Ant came with the one-on-one with me. Come on now, bro. You don't think I know that? Nigga, I got 40 belts, nigga. And of course I know superstar Billy Graham, nigga. You just thought I was novice. Nigga, I didn't say my wrestling channel. I didn't say action channel. My channel is called Expert Level Wrestling, nigga. Now we cooking promos. See how we do it? See, I was dedication to you early. We could do a promo. We could do a Jake the Snake promo. We could do a Jake the Snake promo, nigga. My shit is called expert level wrestling. Is because we are all experts and we're manifest at the shit that we do, and we've mastered the game. And then we can wake it up, cause my shit is expert. That means I know everything about wrestling, and I just run. See how it works. See. Yep. The wrestling, if you start making content, the wrestling community is funny, bro. It be some assholes, bro. It be some assholes. That's one thing on Instagram. That's why I stopped. I don't. I mean, I used to post a lot, but I don't post as much over there because like niggas be wanting to argue with you about their opinions and shit in the comments, and niggas they'll be inboxing me too. It's like you don't even know me, bro. How you gonna inbox me to tell me some shit? I don't. I just say okay, bro. Like if I'm having a conversation just like right now on a live stream or in person, that's one thing, bro. I can't imagine in real life. I can't imagine in real life that I see something on the internet about a post and actually clicking on that person's profile and sending them like I don't understand. I can't even imagine doing that. How does that even work? So then I see McCain post some shit. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. And then I click on McCain shit. Oh man, how you gonna say that? Ain't you a black man? Like what? How the fuck do people be thinking and what do they be doing? No way, I'm not doing that. Even if I don't agree with you, like why would I? People really do that. People have DM me their opinions and shit. Like I don't even know the people. And it's like, yo, like it's the same shit like people DMing me trying to sell me shit. And I be having to tell niggas like, bro, you email me, niggas be saying shit like, oh, they try to sell you some shit and be like, oh, you not that serious. Like, nigga, what the fuck you talking about? You DM me. Fuck nigga, you when you message me first, that gives me the leverage, nigga. You trying to sell me some shit I ain't say I want it. So that I got the power, not you. You can't shame me into buying some shit that I ain't say I want it. They really try to hit you. Oh, you ain't ready. Oh, you not serious about your business. Like these fucking copywriters and shit like that. Niggas be trying to sell you shit. Talking about, man, I had a cat hit me up trying to do my copywriting. The thing is funny, like I'm a writer myself. Like, I mean, I guess that's like for lazy people. I mean, I get the reason why people do it, but I'm just saying, like, I ain't paying. Nigga, even if I was rich, bro, I could be a millionaire. I ain't paying no nigga no 200. Sometimes I've heard 500 per email, bro. 250 to 500 per email. Oh yeah, and then we could just do two of those, and I'll scale your business and this and that. Like, nigga, niggas will send you the sample and shit. Niggas will send you the sample. I scan the sample, nigga. I got the recipe. I don't need you no more. Like, okay, I read the shit. Okay, you did this. Oh, that's a hook right there. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so now I know how to write it myself. So what the fuck I need to pay you? Not per week, per email. These niggas be crazy, bro. Hogan's legacy should be celebrated. He did way more good than bad in the business for sure. They try to talk to me as if I'm trying to fuck Hulk Hogan's daughter or some shit. I respect what he did for the business. But yeah, bro, the thing is like, even me, like, I'm not saying my TikTok is popping at all, but I'm saying like, if you post on TikTok and you post, it's way different. Like I only got I only got 500 subscribers, followers on Instagram. But if I post some shit that get a couple thousand, I'll get some niggas saying some stupid shit. If I post on Instagram, it take for you to get a lot of y'all feel what I'm saying if you don't make content. Instagram, when you post on the Instagram Reels, you got to get a lot of views to start getting the stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get 1,000, 5,000 people still gonna fuck with your shit. Once you get to like 20,000 and up is when niggas start talking shit. On TikTok, you can get 1,000. You might have 1,000 views and you got 10 niggas in there talking shit. It's way different. I've been fucking with it a little bit lately. Ivy, didn't someone say show me we're official? I don't know what you're talking about, Iceberg. Hogan may have been the first to actual come out to theme music. That's interesting. I gotta fact check that. That's something I never thought about. Was he? I mean, let me see. You sure about that? Uh, so when he came out to AWA, what did he come out to? I ain't. What's going on, Ed? I'm not challenging you. I'm asking. Like, what did he come out to at first? What did he come out to before I am a real American? I don't remember his music before that. What did he used to come out to? I see you, Ed. If you didn't hear me, that's the only one I remember. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Y'all get on that. Was Hulk Hogan the first person to come out with theme music? Nah, I don't know, bro. I mean, like I can't fact, but it just don't seem like it. So let me think. Like Ric Flair was coming out to music and shit. Dum dum dum. Um, I'm trying to think. Now you really got me thinking of this shit. Respect, Afi. I respect your stance. F the debate mess. Thank you, Joe Blast, for the super chat. You got me sitting here thinking, fuck, okay. Because that's the first WrestleMania that I seen. What was Roddy Piper's music? Did he used to come out to the drums and shit? Roddy Piper? Um Ricky Steamboat didn't have no music? Mm, it seemed like I remember. No, it seemed like I remember a lot of music, like the Heart Foundation. Down, 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 down. I seem like I remember a lot of music. What was Gorgeous George's theme music? I don't know what his theme music was. Well, if he was the first, who was the second? Because I know he didn't just come out to music and then nobody else did. So who else? Who else came out to music besides Gorgeous George? Mildred Burke. Mildred Burke. That sounds familiar. Mildred Burke. What is that? Mildred Burke. That rings a bell. I can't even. Is I hear that name and it's ringing a bell. I don't remember what. Okay, now Don Emas. That was what he called them nappy headed hoes. Like that was racist as shit. And if y'all came in later, what I said was a good example is it'd be different if he was shopping at a designer store or some shit, getting his car fixed. And then he was like, "Yeah, you black nigger bitch," like that's when you like, oh hell no. But you tape recording niggas in his house talking about some real life shit, about his daughter, having a kid or getting married and all that type of shit. Like that's a whole little thing. That's a scandal thing. If you rich, you gotta be on top of that shit. Nigga, if I'm rich and famous and I'm worth dude my daughter fuck with. If she fuck with somebody, I'm gonna be having one eye up too. Like, who is this nigga? Like, he know I'm rich. He know I'm famous. People be wanting clout, bro. Mildred Berg was the first woman to come out, according to chat, and Crassy Fuddy Bassett was the second. Yeah, I forgot about Classy Freddie Blassie. The former Clips. Yeah, that was some racist shit too. I remember that. Like, Hulk Hogan seemed like he was black. Like, who's a white ass person? Even Ric Flair, he had that soul. So it's like I know white people like that. I know white people who've been around black people and they just be chilling, bro. They don't necessarily mean nothing. They don't need nothing by it. Bruno Sammartino. Yeah, that's before my time. The first wrestling I seen was WrestleMania 1 with him and Mr. T versus Bob Orton and Roddy Piper. And then that whole little run, how they used to be on, remember they used to be on MTV and shit like that, and they used to be on Letterman and not Letterman and Johnny Carson, all of that. So that's when I started watching. Bruno Sammartino. I wasn't even born then, but at the same time, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I've seen documentaries, I've seen clips, I've seen these different things, but those cats didn't interest me enough to go back and like get into it. Like I never. Yes, I've been invested. I love wrestling. I'm invested in wrestling, of course, but I never been like, you know what? Now I gotta watch all the brunette Sammartino matches, or now I gotta watch Iron Sheik matches. Like I know who they are and shit. You know. Now I gotta study Blackly and like it ain't never. I'm good at. I'm good at where I started at. Right. I started at fucking 5, 6. I'm good there. I don't need to know the 70s and the 60s. Some of that shit I know. I watch documentaries and stuff, but I never like were like, oh, I gotta like know all about them and like, cause the part of wrestling I was introduced to wrestling is what I liked about it. I liked WrestleMania was the first shit that I seen, so it was hell of a spectacle. It was hell of a showmanship. So I don't want to get. I got hooked by that. Now I don't want to go back and watch this boring shit. You feel me? Press 100 if you feel me. I don't want to go back and watch these niggas grappling and shit for hella long and arm takedowns and weak ass moves and arm drags. Like shit, that shit's back there, nigga. I like this Hollywood energy type shit. Like I respect the history and all that. I've looked at it. I looked at the original Ric Flair and all that, but I ain't never felt like, oh, I gotta like, in order for me to be a 1,000 wrestling fan, I gotta go back. No, nigga, my history starts when I started, so I know everything from WrestleMania 1 up until now. I don't need to go back 10 years. That's enough years. Shit, nigga, that's already 40 years right there. Goddamn, I need to add 20 more years to be an expert. No, nigga, I'm 40 years in. That's still hella long. That's still hella long. But if I found it interesting, I would go. If I found it interesting, I would go. Just like this, like this topic is trending, so I was gonna go live on my wrestling channel, but then I was like, if people come, because the wrestling people like the rest, they subscribe, they like the wrestling shit, but they don't know you all like that as a person. They like the wrestling shit. So, like right now, I know ain't nobody gonna be interested other than like my day ones and shit. People not really caring what I got to say about wrestling, which is fine. So I got my day ones coming through. But what I'm saying is, even if y'all didn't agree with me, y'all wouldn't be doing saying no dumb shit though, right? But if you just do shit like on wrestling content, that's when you get like stragglers coming in and opinionated. You go to their profiles, they'll never have no nothing. Damn, you making me feel old. I was born in 2006. God damn, my nigga. I was hella old in 2006. I was grown as shit. He was just born. Jesus Christ. Oh, yep. Hogan was doing this thing in New Japan. I remember he buried WWF. They were mad about that when basically he was over there in New Japan and shit. And he was saying, yeah, New Japan, the IWGP, is the most important title. But he said that while he had the WWF title. So niggas was pissed about that. I would have been like, damn, why you gonna bury our shit, bro? Just because you going over there, just fight for the title. You ain't gotta say they shit more important than our shit just because you over there. I thought that was pretty funny though. If y'all Google that or YouTube it, you could come up. Yeah, but Hogan, just say Hogan. What can you ask for? Hogan buries the WWF title, and yeah, that's he went over there. He was just like, yeah, this is the real title. Talking about the IWGP title. Wow, he was the WWF title though. That's the funny part. Sting was the wrestler who got me hooked in the '90s. I was a I was a WWF guy, and then I got into NWA later. How long? Let me see. When was my first NWA experience? Now that you got that, I remember watching. See, I was watching AWA too, but they used to play the reruns on ESPN all the time. But it used to come on. So what I'm saying is, even though AWA, even though I was not born in the '70s, I seen hell of those shows. Not like one or two, like AWA and Mid South Wrestling, because they would play the wrestling, they would play the repeats like all the time. And then sometimes ESPN, press one if y'all know about that. They'll just have that shit on all day. And when I was young, we didn't have the cable and shit. So I'd be like, shit. Even though at first I was like, I don't know these cats, but this shit is cool. It's wrestling. And they get the little promos and they talk their little shit. And then it would be cool, like, oh, that's so and so. Oh, that's so and so. So that's how I got into AWA. NWA. When was my first NWA? When did I get into that? I'm surprised all the times I talked about wrestling, that's never even came up. Ric Flair. Maybe around the same time, because I remember they actually had Clash of the Titans, Clash of the Champions before WrestleMania. So maybe I got on to WrestleMania, and maybe that's like 85, 86. And then that same year they had Clash of the Champions. That was the second one, and I think that's when I got on. So maybe it was the same year, because I really got into Ric Flair and shit, and the Four Horsemen. I really got into that shit heavy, and I think yeah, maybe it might have been Clash of Champions, because I think that's what happened. I think when WrestleMania came out, maybe I didn't have cable. Maybe that shit was on NBC or some shit. I don't know. Maybe we got the pay-per-view or whatever. Saturday night's main event. But I think later on we got the cable. So then that's how come I got TBS and shit. And then that's how I got on WCW. I used to watch Glow too. I remember Beautiful People. Shane Douglas was that dude. Same with AJ Styles. I came across Sting on the team there. Yeah. Yeah, I would just wow, because this is before Netflix and this is before YouTube, right? So think about it. We didn't have apps. We didn't have YouTube playlists, so you couldn't just go. You know what I mean? Like back then, you couldn't just go through the rabbit hole of wrestling, bro. You either had to see the shit on TV, or you had to go buy the VHS tapes. So it was just kind of cool to just like see wrestling back to back to back to back. So I used to watch that shit, even though they was already old. I would watch it because I would watch it. And then, they would have wrestling would come on Saturdays. They had WrestleMania Challenge, and then was another one. Oh, Wrestling Superstars, WrestleMania Challenge. Those came on certain days, but the ESPN shit, that should have come on every day. Yep, Y'all don't understand how physical wrestling is. I just had a separated shoulder and the misaligned ribs put back into place. Yeah, if y'all don't know, Trav is a independent wrestler. Y'all should follow him on Instagram because he don't have a YouTube channel, but if you follow his Instagram, he does have like his clips of him talking and him wrestling. So go definitely if you type in Trav Terrell, it'll come up, or a top shotter. But I think if you type Trav Terrell, it'll come up on Instagram. And then yeah, he got clips of him talking and clips of him fighting. I'm gonna talk about Hulk Hogan got fired from the original WWF senior for appearing in Rocky 3. Yep, he did. Vince hired him back. The rest is history. Now, crazy go Hollywood, no pun. We did have those. Don't try this at home, which I sent you away. Oh yeah. Don't try this at home. Doom. They come up with the Undertaker. Doom, 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 doom. See, it's hella nostalgic. Just me reading that. What's going on, my brother Wade? Just me reading that already makes me remember. If you were a wrestler, what would your name be? I don't know. Call me crazy, bro. I always wanted to be a manager. I never even as much as I like wrestling, and it ain't got nothing to do with me like being buff or nothing like that. Cause I'm talking about even as a kid, like when I was a kid, I wanted to as much as I like wrestling, I still wanted to be a manager. Cause I like talking shit. I like talking shit, but not only do I like talking shit, I like watching people talk shit. So I wanted to do that. I never wanted to like fuck people up and shit. And then since I started writing, I'm like shit. I wanna write for wrestling because all my ideas I can write them and then I can watch it. How cool is that? Like writing for TV, like writing and then getting to see your ideas play out and have other motherfuckers do the shit that you wrote in your mind. Like that's tight. So that would be hella fulfilling for me. Yeah, I never wanted to. I always wanted to just talk. I never wanted to be a wrestler. Yeah, even that, I ain't never really tripped. I'm just thinking about it out loud. Like, damn, nigga, you ain't never want to be no wrestler. No, I always wanted to be a manager. Like, I always thought Bobby the Brain was tight. I thought Slick was tight. I thought, I can't think of his name, but the Road Warriors, their manager, I thought he was tight. I thought Jesse Ventura was tight. I thought Brother Love was entertaining. He was funny. Yeah, I just like the managers, and I like how they got the power to get their person over. Paul Aaron, yep. Just like Dusty Rose. Vince McMahon, hella fucking petty. Like if y'all know history, Dusty Rose was a big star, and so yeah, he let Dusty Rose come over there to get a check. He threw that nigga into some polka dots. That was a troll. That was a heavy troll. He didn't know he was gonna be able to get that over. He tried to bury him. They tried to bury him before he started, but he got that shit over. And he had Sapphire too. For whatever reason, I was thinking Sapphire was hella big, but then when I went back to look at it, she wasn't even all that big. She had the Jerry curl. Remember, she had the Jerry curl. Sapphire had the Jerry. Shit, he had the Jerry girl too. What I'm talking about? They both had the Jerry. Damn, how that nigga had the Jerry curl, bro? Because in WWF, I mean in AWA, he didn't have the Jerry curl then. He had the curly fro. He didn't have the Jerry curl. He didn't have the Jerry curl until he came to WWF. to become a manager, you still got to go to school and stuff because, and to be a referee too, because you still gotta know certain shit. You gotta be able to take bumps because you gotta think about how often do managers and how often do what I just say managers and and referees get involved. So they just can't throw you in there. You know what I mean? They just can't throw you in there. You gotta, it's just like college. Like you gotta go to college. It's certain shit you just gotta learn. It don't matter what your major is gonna be. You just gotta go over certain shit. So it's the same sort of thing. Awesome pros for lawyer and hope you got. Oh yeah, that's see that's why I knew Jerry Lawler was the shit before and I seen him on WWF because I had seen his AWA and all of that shit. Like shit, that nigga used to have hella belts. A Jerry Lawler, if y'all don't know, Jerry Lawler was like Hulk Hogan. He was like a goddamn rock star, bro. Like I know y'all may know the King and all of that on commentary. Shit, bro. Go back and look at Memphis wrestling, nigga. Jerry Lawler was like goddamn wrestling genius. I know he got so many bodies, bro. He's probably fucking all of them little bras, bro. I got his belt, the AEW title. I got that belt downstairs. That's why I got it, because of him. I mean, he wasn't obviously the only AWA title, but and Larry Zbyszko too. Larry Zbyszko was cold too. Larry Zbyszko was cold too. Don't forget about him. Larry Zbyszko was cold, and that's how I learned about him on my ESPN days. And I thought it was kind of interesting when I seen him in WCW being a manager because I knew him as a wrestler. I knew Larry Zbyszko as a wrestler. So it was interesting to see him. Like I used to watch it as a kid. Like damn, I wonder did these people know he was a wrestler? Because when you seen him on commentary, he didn't give off that wrestler vibe. You know what I'm saying? When you seen him, if you seen Larry Zbyszko first, if you seen Larry Zbyszko first outside of what am I trying to say? If you seen Larry Zbyszko first and didn't know about his wrestling background, you wouldn't even think he had that sauce, and you wouldn't even think he was a wrestler. You know what I mean? So I used to be like, damn, I wonder to cats know he was a wrestler. Lawler was the guy. Yep, Jerry Lawler was that guy. Grandmaster Sexay, his son was good. I never liked Grandmaster Sexay like that. Yeah, yo, yo, he came back. He didn't get no pop. I felt bad too. Yeah, Grandmaster Sexy came back, nigga. He ain't get no pop. Them cats. That's what I'm saying. That's why you gotta know. That's why you gotta tell people when you started watching wrestling, cause them wrestling fans had no idea who the fuck Too Cool was. They like, who are you? Who are you, and why are you here? That nigga came out to that music. Nobody gave zero fucks. They like, who is this guy? He ain't get. I mean, that was like one of the worst no pops I ever seen. He came out there to nigga. Shit, bro. That was humbling as fuck. Cause Too Cool was hella over. They was hella popular. So obviously you get older. Like, damn, I ain't even get the nostalgia pop. Like, go Google that shit. Like, the only person that popped for him was his dad. And the thing about it is, they didn't even really say that was his dad like that back then. Like, some people knew, but it wasn't put out there that that's his son and that's his dad. They didn't like push that. And who died in prison? Oh, Brian Christopher. Some say it was because they called him Brian Christopher and they came out with different music. I mean, they look just like each other. They look just like each other. You can hella see it. Once you put it like this, you may not have noticed it, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. I say that. What do you think about Dynamite last night? Um, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see what Mox and Hangman looks like without interference, because I don't think that we've ever seen it, because ever since John Moxley had the Death Riders, I don't think that he's ever had some shit where they've never interfered. So I'm interested to see what that's gonna look like next week. Mox versus Hangman. I don't remember if it was a street fight match, but I know that they can't have no interruptions. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna go, because I don't think I've ever seen a clean match between the two. Um, what else did I enjoy? You have to say it, then I'll say it. Afi, did you answer my trivia question? No, I didn't see a trivia question. Hold on. Let me see. What did you? Hold on, Joe. What's your trivia question? Uh, I hated Brother Love. Just ask again, bro. I don't see it. Just ask me again. I don't see it. If you ask me again, I'm gonna have to look for it. What did you think of Edge and Vicky's performance? I was a big Vicky Varell fan. I loved Vicky. I loved Vicky and I loved Edge, and I loved Edge before Vicky. So it was kind of cool to see them connect, because I was already a big Edge fan even before he won the WWE title. I was an Edge fan, so I was already a big Edge fan, and I was already a Vicky Guerrero. So when he looked up, I was like, oh shit, it's gonna go down. What do you think is next for Mox after the feud with Hangman is over? I don't know. That's hard to say, bro. That's what I'm just saying, because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like we assume Hangman gonna win because he just won it. But who's to say? Maybe he drops the title, and maybe they have a longer feud. Like, don't just assume just because that happened and was a big moment, it's over. That ain't necessarily true. They may have a Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes fuse. Like, just because he got the big belt at their WrestleMania, technically, like, yeah, that he won, but that don't mean that he gets to move on. Because John Moxley, he had a long run, so he had a long title run, but his beef with Moxley just starting. So just because Moxley beat him, don't mean that it ain't over. That don't mean that Moxley, he might get another run, and then Hangman gets it back again. Like, they may play hot potato. You know what I mean? Just because Hangman got the title out doesn't mean that he's about to get a long ass run uninterrupted. You know what I mean? It could be some interruptions here and there. I really like how Tony Story keeps writing. Yeah, Tony Story is awesome, bro. I fucks with her heavy. I thought that wasn't official. I thought he was already out. Bobby Lashley threw his head up in the lockers and shit. I thought that meant it was over. I didn't know that was pending. Or maybe you didn't see that. I thought that meant that was a wrap. I didn't know that just got into it. I thought that because he went out there, it ain't like that happened and then they got back together again, or they just they got into it, then they just showed them like together with tension, like they ain't ever show them again after that. So I thought they broke up, bro. To be honest, that's what I assumed. Maybe they didn't. I don't think that they should break up that fast, but I didn't. I thought I assumed that once he put his head on that locker and choked that nigga out, I thought it was over. I thought he was officially out. I watched a documentary about the LA riots, 92. You're from California. What was it like in your perspective? Iceberg, let me tell you a secret. You are not Iceberg. You are Hamilton, bro. Because Hamilton asked me that same question, and I thought y'all was the same person before. And it is hella too random for Hamilton, somebody that I don't know, to ask me about the LA riots. And I ain't seen you in a while, and you just came back and you asked me about the LA riots too. That ain't no that's a too random of a question. I knew Hamilton and Iceberg was the same person. You typed it, nigga. Ain't nobody asked me that. The two people who I thought was the same person asked me the same shit on two different streams. That's hella random. You are Hamilton. Iceberg. I've blown your cover. I think they about to let go of those tag belts. I think they should start telling the downfall of the Death Riders. It would be yeah. There should definitely be a downfall. But what I'm saying is if Hangman beats him, it don't need to just be over. Like the niggas still got a crew. They can like still fuck with him. They can like fuck up his matches moving forward. Just like how Hangman and and Swerve, like they have an ongoing feud. It doesn't have to be like one person win the title. So now who's up next? Like no, nigga, they can go back and forth for a little bit, at least until like the next pay-per-view or two. I keep seeing memes. Oh yeah, that was look up Edge. Look up that documentary, bro. They got documentaries about that shit, bro. About the love triangle with Edge, Matt Hardy, and Lita. Like they actually got documentaries about that on YouTube. I can't wait to a Will and Swerve feud. I want to see Word. I want to see Swerve take the title off Okada. Okada had it. Okada he had that title for hella long. It's cool. He elevated it. And then once Swerve get it, he gonna elevate it too. Yeah, it happened too soon and too random. I was really starting to enjoy it. Now, I mean, but the thing is, if they show up on TV next week and maybe he got them together and shit, I won't be mad. Because they it's still open. They didn't officially say it, but I just figured since they didn't come out with him when he went out with Briscoe, but just the next week they may come out there with him. But you just gonna see his tension though. You know what I mean? But no, I'm not saying they broke up. I just assumed that. I don't. I wanted them to stay together. I didn't want them to. I don't want them to break up last night. Eventually, yeah, but last night I was kind of enjoying them as a group, and I like the way MJF. I like the way MJF and MVP do promos together. I like the way they kind of go back. MVP and MJF they kind of go back and forth, like Macho Man and Hulk Hogan. I like the way they like swap their promos. Yeah, I seen that he only voted him off, not Shelton and MVP. Yeah, I don't, I don't think it should be over. Like, like it seemed like a tease. That would be a tease if they came on screen together after that. But since they didn't come on the screen together after that, I just figured it wasn't. And then he didn't come help the Hurt Business when they was fighting funking with the cats. Like even though he didn't like it, he's still supposed to help them fight FTR and shit. So he didn't do that. So I just figured it was over. I hope it ain't though. There's a lot more you can do with that. There's a lot more you could do with that story. And then I don't know how Edge. I don't know what they're gonna do with Edge. I don't know how that's gonna. I don't know how this that happened last night. I don't know what's is it gonna keep happening, or are they gonna like show them hanging out? Is Edge gonna get close to him? So that's also like I kind of don't know how to call it. What's the interaction gonna be moving forward with the Hurt Syndicate and Edge? Like I don't know. Like they just hitman, or they gonna be like hanging out and shooting promos and like acting like I don't know. So that they didn't really, which is good. They don't always gotta like give you answer your questions right off the top. So they let that open. Is he kind of like a quote unquote part of the Hurt, or is it's like a one time deal, or is it just a whenever he want time deal? They didn't really specify. So I don't know. I know it's the tension between them too, but it be tension. It be tension a lot of times when you put people in groups like Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso in the it be tension like that. Like people don't always like be into it at first, but eventually they get on it. So yeah, there was tension, but I still wasn't thinking they was gonna break up in no month. You know what I'm saying? I thought they was gonna rock that shit for at least 3-4 months. At least 3-4 months. It only been a month, bro. It only been like a month. So usually you don't see stars come and go out of factions that fast. So we'll see where that goes. All right, man. Those are my thoughts on Hulk Hogan. I hope y'all enjoyed chopping it up. It's good catching up with some of y'all. Subscribe to my Expert Level Wrestling channel. I'm gonna upload this over there too while people are talking about it, and then shit. I'll turn the comments off, make niggas just eat it. But I'll leave this up for a minute. I'll leave this up for a minute for my day one. So if y'all came in late, y'all can catch the. I may just leave this up though. If I take it down, I take it down, and you already know my Patreon members get it. But this one will be on my wrestling channel anyway. So I might leave it up, but either way it goes, I'm gonna upload this over there too, so the people can hear what I think about Hulk Hogan and shit. Peace, waves, beer, 80% sex rate. Yeah, I heard you ain't say nothing about being Hamilton though. Why you get quiet about that? Hold on. Let's hold the show. Hold the show for like 3 minutes. Are we gonna have a confession or what? Because you ain't say shit after I said that. Now you want to say goodbye. So was Hamilton and Iceberg the same person? And if so, why you trying to trick people? How come you not so quick when responding to this, but you quick when responding to everything else? Yeah, but NJ. Okay, bro. Yeah, NJ is a big time now. Let me look up the preview for that. I heard them say that. Is the preview out? Is the preview out for Happy Gilmore? Like, how much of it is he in it? Is he like in it, or are they just like saying that to like push the character? Is he in it? In it? I'm about to look it up right now. Happy Gilmore 2. Let me see. Happy Gilmore. Okay, let's see. Where is it? Okay. My name is Happy Gilmore. 30 years. Where's MJF at? Happy Gilmore is breaking in yet another county he just met. All right, we're gonna go. What do you bring up? I see Bad Bunny's in it. All right, that's it. They got a strap if you want to use the strap. Happy Gilmore didn't have things flowing on the first. The happy place I went to. Okay, I see MJF. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, bro, because sometimes I mean, just be real. Sometimes when they had the stars in wrestlers or whatever in shows, sometimes when they show them on the previews, that be damn near the only part they was in. Press one if you know what I'm saying. Like they'll show a cameo and shit, and you'll be thinking, oh shit, so and so in the movie, but then you watch the movie, and that be the only part that's on there is the parts they showed on the preview. So don't act like that ain't never happened. They didn't got my ass plenty of times where I've been watching some shit and I see like, oh shit, so and so in there, and then I go watch the shit and it literally be all the parts from the preview and maybe one extra part. Oh, it's out already? Oh, Netflix. Oh shit. Okay, well I'm gonna watch it then. I'm gonna watch it then. I'll be popping up more frequently when I'm back. Well, shit, you better start making comments on my videos, bro, because I go live every now and then. I ain't no, this ain't like before. You caught me right now. You may not catch me again for shit till whenever, bro. It may be Sunday. It may be fucking in September. My shit be so sporadic. I usually just go live when I go out of town. I'm at the house now though. But outside of that shit, when I don't travel, I don't really go live, bro. So yeah, make sure you catch up on my uploads, player. Yeah, so we'll tap in. Maybe I'm gonna look at this shit. Maybe Happy Gilmore, see what it's talking about, and then tap in with y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. And yeah, Iceberg, catch up on the uploads. Drop some comments so I know you still around. All right, peace, peace.